Winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all-the-time thing. You don't win once in a while, and you don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit. You gotta play with your heart, with every ounce of fiber in your body. I've never known a man worth his salt who deep down in his heart didn't appreciate the grind, the discipline, and to win, and to win, and to win. It is and always has been an American seal, and that's to be first, regardless of what we do. There's no room for second place. There's only one place, and that's first place. I finished second twice in my time, and I don't ever want to finish second again. But I firmly hold that a man's finest hour, the greatest fulfillment to anything he holds dear, is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lays exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Houston, Texas, and Reliant Stadium for this Week 1 AFC showdown between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. Appreciate you guys sticking with us. Did have an opening kickoff, which was fair caught by the Jaguars, and we're ready to get underway here from Houston. You guys know there was a hurricane here. This is the first game back in Houston after the hurricane. The fans are excited. We're excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. Blake Bortles under center. Single back formation with the rookie Leonard Fournette in the backfield. Handoff goes to Fournette, and he's got nowhere to go as J.J. Watt is there to meet him. And the first play of the 2017 broadcast schedule is underway. Jacksonville looking to improve on their year last year. Struggled offensively, 23rd in the league in total offense, 334 yards per game, only 19.9 points per game. Defensively, Houston was very good. #1 in total defense, #2 in pass D, and number 12 against the run. It is going to be a struggle for Jacksonville today, but if they want to win, they're going to have to figure out how to move the ball. 2nd and 11. Bortles under center, single back again with Fournette in the backfield. He fakes the pump fakes, and then he's going to hand it off to Fournette, who's out to the 30-yard line for a few-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 here on this opening drive for Jacksonville. Bortles last year, 3,905 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, and only 16 interceptions. He did have a little bit of a problem with fumbles, turning the ball over at inopportune times, which caused Jacksonville to stall on some drives. Definitely going to need to turn that around. 3rd and 5 here as we get a little bit of a hiccup in the broadcast. Shotgun now for Jacksonville. Play clock running down. Bortles scrambles to his right. Looks like he's going to take off. Got a wide receiver wide open, and he hits it over the middle across the 45. And that is number 15, Allen Robinson, the veteran there with the first down grab. And Jacksonville is on the move here on their first drive of the game. How does it sound out there, everyone? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear the game audio okay? Give us a thumbs up in the chat. Let us know if we need to adjust any of the audio, and we can try to do that. We got another 1st and 10 here for Jacksonville. 2 tight ends out to the left. Fournette's going to take it up close to the 50. Doesn't get much of a gain there. They're going to call it a gain of 2 out to the 48, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Houston defense, as we talked about, #1 in the league last year. Bernardrick McKinney led the team in tackles with 129. He also had 5 sacks. Whitney Merciless had 7.5 sacks. Javion Clowney 6. Kind of pedestrian numbers. You expect them to be a little bit higher. Their #1 defender last year as far as against the pass was A.J. Bouye, and he is now a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars, so we're going to have to see how they do without him. 2nd and 8 here under center for Bortles. And they have to back up Chris Ivory in the backfield now. Bortles, the pass, fires over the right, and it's picked off. It's picked off there by Johnson. He's got it to the 30. Bortles trying to get to him to the 10. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Pick 6 by Kevin Johnson, the quarterback. And quickly, Houston's going to go out on top, 7-0. Well, we'll see about the PAT. Those things aren't going to give me anymore. But early touchdown there from the Houston Texans. And Bortles doing what we just talked about, turning the ball over, does it on the first drive of the season for Jacksonville, and they are quickly in a 7-0 hole. So the second kickoff of the game here for Houston. And they're going to kick it deep to Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, the rookie out of Oklahoma, is back there to receive it. He's going to take it, goes to the left, puts on a little bit of move, but he's not even able to get back to the 20, so a loss of 6 yards net there had he just downed it in the end zone and taking the touchback. So a little bit of a struggle here for Jacksonville early on. If you guys know this owner, Woodsmall, this is not uncommon. He's had some games where his teams will start off a little bit slow, got to work out the kinks, the early jitters, usually turns it around and gets it all going. And he's not down for long, so we definitely expect him to bounce back in this one. We'll go 1st and 10 here. Single back. Lewis is offset to the right. Fournette in the backfield once again. Nickel double A gap for Houston. Looks like they were about to get through, but it gets picked up, and he completes it over the middle and spins down for a first down to the 30-yard line, as that was Allen Robinson, I believe, that made the grab. I thought it was 18. I think it was 15. Allen Robinson. Robinson last year led the team in reception, 73 grabs, 883 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Or that might have been Allen Hurns. A little bit of difficulties early on, trying to work out all the bugs. So we got bunch formation off to the left for Bortles. Under center is going to turn around, hand it off to Fournette. He goes up the middle, and he's wrestled down by J.J. Watt at the 34-yard line. 4 carries, only 10 yards. Slow start here for Fournette, much like the Jacksonville offense overall. Watt last year, only 8 tackles, 1.5 sacks. He got injured early on and missed almost the entire season. So the Texans and the Texans fans are definitely excited to have J.J. Watt back in the lineup. So 2nd and 7 here, 4 minutes down here in the first quarter. Bortles in the shotgun now with Ivory offset to his right. Going to turn around, hand it off to Ivory. Goes up the middle, and he's able to fight down to the 38. Few yard pickup there, but Ardrick McKinney in on the tackle. Week 1 action just wrapping up. Week 1 of the 2017 season. This is, I believe, the last game on the docket. I know the Giants and Cowboys were playing. If anybody's got a score update, please share that with us. Have not been able to check the scores. I think that was the other game that's going on. Hopefully they finish before this one and they can catch what we expect to be a thrilling ending. 3rd and 3. First third down here for Bortles. And he's got a receiver in motion. They're going to pitch it. Going to run it on 3rd down. Fournette outside, and he gets wrapped up in the backfield. That is number 41, Zach Cunningham, the rookie out of Vanderbilt, who gets back there and makes the stop, and Jacksonville's going to have to punt. Texans owner Young Future told me earlier today that he was concerned about Zach Cunningham, who is going to be replacing Brian Cushing in the lineup for a few games. He makes a big play there. There's a punt taken outside and out across the 30 before he's finally wrestled down. And it looks like Donald Payne, the rookie, was in on the tackle. So Texans are going to start at the 32-yard line with a 7-0 lead. And rookie Deshaun Watson, we expect to come out and lead the team onto the field. Last year at Clemson, Watson, 4,593 yards passing, 41 touchdowns, and 17 interceptions. Of course, he led the Clemson Tigers to the national championship win over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Watson's under center, turns around, is going to fake the handoff, rolls out to his right, throws it over the middle, and oh, that almost picked off as DeAndre Hopkins was the intended receiver. And that was Tayshaun Gibson, the former Cleveland Brown, there almost getting the pick and returning the favor on the rookie quarterback. Giants up 38-21 late in the 4th. Most people would have predicted the Cowboys to take that game, but the Giants are taking it to the Cowboys in Week 1 action. So everybody had the Cowboys picked as number 1 in that division, but the Giants are stepping up and saying, "Oh, not so fast, my friend." Second and 10, here for Houston, and the handoff to Deontay Foreman, the rookie out of Texas. He gets tied up in the backfield, and that's a 2-yard loss. So that's going to bring up a long 3rd and 12.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who will get penetration.
That's right, John. He will get penetration, and he did on that one. That brings up 3rd and 12. Here you see DeAndre Hopkins, the veteran wide receiver. Hopkins, 78 grabs, 954 yards, and 4 touchdowns a year ago. Expect to look for him possibly here on this play as Watson is in the shotgun. Fedorowicz tight end off to the left. He's going to fire it out. There is Hopkins. He makes the grab for the first down up to the 49-yard line. And Watson's first completed pass of his NFL career goes to Hopkins, and the Texans are moving the ball out to about midfield. .5:26 to go. Pistol formation here. They're going to turn around, hand it off to Lamar Miller. Stutter steps, takes it up the middle, and he is wrestled down at the 43-yard line. A.J. Bouye, the former Houston Texan, former Houston Texans. Getting confused with this guy switching teams and 2 teams playing each other. Give me a second to get my bearings with that. But A.J. Bouye, the former Texan, now with the Jaguars, makes the tackle there on Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller actually going to be the backup for most of this game. Young Future says he's got a secret weapon in Deontay Foreman, and he's in there right now in the backfield I formation, tight end to the left. Turns around, hands it off to the rookie. Oh, he's almost up the middle. He gets wrestled down, but there is a flag on the play, and that looks like a face mask penalty against Malik Jackson. So costly penalty there for the Jaguars. It gives them a first down as Deontay Foreman was stopped in the backfield. And that'll bring him all the way up to the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10 here from 27, 4:38 to go here in the first quarter. Watson adjusting at the line. Foreman in the backfield yet again. Blitz shown here by Jaguars. Foreman up the middle. He wrestles forward. Still going. Finally taken down at the 22-yard line. What a great effort there by Deontay Foreman before he's finally wrestled down in the middle of the field. There was, If that's the secret weapon, then we know what Young Future is talking about is Foreman just showing the powering through there. Great run by the youngster out of Texas. Last year, Foreman had 2,028 yards and 15 touchdowns for Texas. It was an amazing breakout player for them in a down season for the Longhorns. 2nd and 5 here. Fakes the handoff there for Watson. Rolls out to his right. Got a receiver deep down the middle and a touchdown as Will Fuller gets into the end zone. Actually, sorry. I think I screwed that one up again. Braxton Miller, the former Ohio State Buckeye, in there with the touchdown. Fuller is 15, Miller's 13. Braxton Miller with the touchdown. And with the extra point here, Texans are going to go up 14-0. So big hole early on for Jacksonville as they fall behind on that one.
That was a heck of an effort.
I agree. Great effort on both sides as Watson rolls out to his right and then finds the second-year receiver out of Ohio State in the back of the end zone. There's a big hit there by number 43, Corey Moore, the free safety playing special teams there. Takes him down to 23. It's only a net loss of 2, and Jacksonville come back out on the field here. Blake Bortles going to need to do something here. Don't want to fall too far behind this very powerful and potent Houston Texan offense. Burns in the chat says not the best start for the Jags, and that is definitely the case. They've coined the term Sacksonville as they expect a lot of sacks out of this revamped defense. Not seeing it so far. 1st and 10 here as Bortles turns around, hands it off, and there's nowhere to go as Corey Grant gets stuffed in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. WKXT saying I called the offensive rookie of the year being Deshaun Watson. So far he's looking good. It's very early on. Undoubtedly going to have some hiccups along the way in his rookie season, but he's off to a good start in his rookie season here with Houston. 2nd and 12 for Jacksonville. Bortles in the shotgun. Got a bunch formation out to the right. Good blocking there by the Jags. He's going to fire out to the right. Fires in the traffic, but it comes down with the catch. And there he is again. Allen Hurns makes the grab there. His second catch, 15 yards receiving. That's going to bring up a somewhat more manageable 3rd and 8 for the Jaguars. As we talked about earlier, Texans defense #1 in the NFL last year, even without J.J. Watt, they still finished #1 in defense, second in pass defense. Of course, Bouye was one of the guys we talked about was part of that. They would lose him, so that could be something to keep an eye on. But so far, they're looking good. Got a 3rd and 8 here, and they're going to look to show that strong pass defense. Bortles is going to fire it over the middle, and he airmails it, trying to go to Hurns again, and he misses it. So Bortles starts off the game 3 for 5, and Jacksonville is going to have to punt. They're 0 for 3 on their first 3 offensive possessions of the game. So Brad Nortman back to punt, and he's going to get this one away. Clean pocket. Ellington back to return. This one's going to take it just outside of the 20. Goes up the middle, tries to cut back inside, and nowhere to go as he's wrestled down at the 32-yard line. As Blair Brown, another rookie there on special teams, able to make the tackle. So Houston coming back out for their second offensive possession of the game. Deontay Foreman, the running back, he is a rookie along with the rookie quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Watson finding Braxton Miller on the post route late on the last drive to put them up 14-0. We'll see what they can do here on this drive. Strong formation. Jay Prosh, the fullback, off to the right. They turn around, hand off to Foreman. He's got nowhere to go, and he fumbles it. But it looks like C.J. Fedorowicz, the Iowa Hawkeye, was quick on the ball. No, he did not get it. Jacksonville came up with it. I thought Fedorowicz jumped on top of it, but it looks like Jaguars came away with it, and a big turnover there by the Jaguars as they get the ball back at the Texans' 33-yard line. Big swing in momentum right there. So the Jags defense coming up big and getting the turnover. Bortles coming out for his 4th drive. Now here in the first quarter. He's under center with 2 tight ends out to the right. Making an adjustment at the line. And he drops back. And running back could not pick that up. The rookie running back, Deontay Foreman, could not pick that up. And he winds up giving up the sack. And we're getting an injury report. A little bit delayed. Brian Nortman, the punter, apparently was injured on that last play before this one. A little confusing with the graphic there coming up. We thought maybe Bortles got hurt there on the sack, but it was the Nortman, the punter. So they're going to have to go to their practice squad or maybe the free agency to replace their punter if that's any length of time. But the big play there was the sack, as Foreman not able to pick up his block. Bortles goes down. This is actually Chad Henne came in, so that was Bortles that got hurt, not the punter. Chad Henne's in at quarterback now. He's in the shotgun. He's going to pass over the middle. Diving attempt at the catch, and not able to come down with it was Marquise Lee, as that falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 17 for the former Michigan quarterback, taking over now for the injured Blake Bortles. It's interesting as there was a quarterback battle in camp between Henne and Bortles. Bortles wind up winning it, but from all accounts, Henne was right on his heels, so they might not actually lose much by having to go to their backup. Henne in the backfield, TJ Yeldon off to his left, shotgun formation, 3rd and 17, going to throw the wide receiver screen, lofts it out there. Marquise Lee comes up with it, but he threw that way too soft, let the defense get to it, and he's not going to be able to come back in. Blake Bortles, bruised ribs, so it's nothing too significant. Bortles, we expect we will see back, and after Henne's throwing those softballs out on screen passes, definitely want to see Bortles back, as that was not a good start there for Henne, but good for Jacksonville fans as Bortles will be coming back to the game. 0 for 4, though, on the first 4 drives for the Jaguars, so auspicious start there for the Jaguars. They're going to punt it to Ellington. Again, is going to take it at the 11, goes out to his right, runs into some traffic, and is taken down at the 17-yard line, so a 6-yard return there for the former South Carolina Gamecock, I believe, if I've got that right. There's a couple Ellingtons, but I think he was the one that went to South Carolina. Our stat sheet, I don't have the heights and weights and colleges as I've had before. I'd like to go back to that, but it's harder for other people to fill it in the way I want it. So we're kind of going with the base rosters, but eventually we'll add a little bit to the broadcast in that manner. 1st and 10, 1:20 to go. Texans can turn around, flip it to Lamar Miller, who's got nowhere to go, and he's tackled for a loss. 2-yard loss there on the pitch, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. So good pursuit there by the Jaguar defense. Second and 12. Watson drops back, fires it deep down the middle. Braxton Miller again, but he drops it. Threw it in the traffic. Safety converges. And the big play there as Bouye is in there along with the safety. I believe it was Gibson in there to knock that down and bring up a long 3rd and 12 for the Texans rookie. So 3rd and 12, Watson in the shotgun, Miller out to the left, and he's going to run a route. He's going to catch it. Missed tackle there. He's out in space. He finally gets wrapped up and thrown down by Deshaun Gibson. But another first down there by the Texans. Watson 3 for 5 for 60 yards early on in this one. You guys don't like our brand, so we're just going to let it go. As we get to the end of the first quarter, Jacksonville trailing the Houston Texans 14-0, and weren't really expecting that out of this game, as we expected this to be a close and tightly contested battle, but so far it's close. Well, not really that close. 14-0. It's so far it's not as close as we expected. So. Hopefully this one will turn off a little bit as Foreman goes out to the left and he's down and takes it down to the 43-yard line before he's taken down. 9-yard pickup there by the rookie. And that's going to bring up second one. Deshaun Gibson in on the tackle. Gibson's been very active early on in this one. Gibson last year, 41 tackles and 1 pick. Kind of a down year. Pro Bowl caliber player. Didn't have a huge year for Jacksonville last year. I expected him to step up. He's definitely been active in this game so far. 2nd and 1, shotgun formation. Turns around, handing off Lamar Miller, who is out across the 45 down to the 47. Paul Posluszny in there on the tackle. And another first down there by the Texans. We'll get the brand figured out. I didn't have time to come up with the one that I wanted, so I went with that one. I could probably put it up in the top left. I just didn't know if that would fit right, because mostly they're in the bottom left or right, but we'll figure it out as it goes along. First and 10 here, Watson under center. Foreman back in the backfield again. He's going to turn around, fires it over to the right. Receiver covered, Will Fuller. Not able to come down with him. Bouye again on the coverage. He's having a great game. Future told me before this game that he wanted to attack Bouye. He wanted to make him prove that he was worth the money that he got from Jacksonville. He wasn't going to go after Ramsey as much. He wanted to make Bouye prove himself. He figured the pressure would be on him. And early on, they're going after him, and Bouye is standing up to the challenge. Second and 10 here. They turn around, hand it off to Lamar Miller. Takes it off to the left. Got a little bit of room. He's not able to fight it out. Bouye there again tries to rip the ball loose. And it doesn't come out. Miller, the veteran, able to hold on to the ball. And he's out to the 49. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Lamar Miller, the leading rusher for Houston last year. 1,073 yards, 4-yard average, and 5 touchdowns. A pretty solid season for the former Miami Hurricane. But they did draft Deontay Foreman. Kind of fell to him. They liked the pick. They took him, and he's expected to split carries with Miller, if nothing else. Been getting the majority of the carries early on in this one, although Lamar Miller being a little bit more effective early on. 3rd and 6, Miller's in the backfield again. Shotgun here for Deshaun Watson. Watson plenty of time, fires it over the way, almost picked up, was losing, he drops the pick, thrown right to him, he jumps for it, had it right there, and the veteran Penn Stater not able to hold on to it, drops it, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6, so Houston's going to have to punt. That one is punted into the end zone as they let it drop in there. Westbrook not going to go after that one, so Jacksonville going to take over at their own 20-yard line. I think it's still kind of unstable that a punt goes in the end zone. It's a 20-yard line. Kickoff goes at 25. I wish they'd sync those up. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it. Burns' question is Daddy League sync? Not automatically. We have to sync it ourselves. Sometimes it does it automatically. Sometimes it takes a while. So just kind of depends. Leonard Fournette up the middle there. They both wear the same number. It's a little bit confusing. Fournette, the rookie at LSU, up the middle, 1-yard gain. Not able to do a whole lot so far as this Texans defense is definitely dominating the game. Only 32 yards of offense allowed so far by Houston, and this is the 5th drive of the game for the Jaguars. Big Tex tuning in. Welcome to the broadcast. Good to have you. 2nd and 9 under center here for Chad Henne. Bortles still out of the game. Turns around, hands it off up the middle, almost to a 1st down as TJ Yeldon, a veteran back, gets the carry. Veteran out of Alabama. Yeldon last year leading rusher on the team, 130 carries, 465, only 3.6 average and only 1 touchdown. But he was the leading rusher, and he gets the carry there. He's so far been the more productive back to you. Leonard Fournette off to a slow start himself. 3rd and 2 here with 8:55 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And he comes out in the shotgun bunch formation to the right. Fournette is in the backfield to the left. And Henne rolls to his right, got plenty of time, going to fire it over to the receiver, makes the grab. That's Allen Robinson who makes the grab out across almost to the 50-yard line, down at the 48-yard line. As we talked about, Robinson led the team last year in receiving both touchdowns, yards, and receptions. So he's definitely going to be a focal point of the offense for Henne and Bortles if he ever winds up coming back. First and 10 now. Bortles back in the game, so apparently he's ready, and they're not going to let Henne finish the drive. Bortles going to make a check at the line, going to turn around, hands it off to Fournette, goes up the middle, got plenty of room, out across the 45 down to the 41-yard line. First down run by the rookie Fournette, his best run so far of his young career, and Jacksonville finally getting a little bit of offense going.
Boom, boom, boom. They just ran right at him.
That they did, John. They ran right at him. The young rookie out of LSU runs it right down the throat. Fournette last year, 129 carries, 843 yards, and 8 touchdowns, 6.3 average at LSU. He was banged up, did miss several games, which is why the early first-round pick did not even get 1,000 yards. But they did not want to get him injured, risk his NFL career, and we see the talent there on that drive here. The handoff to him again. Looks like he might have been taken down by horse collar. No tackle there. Only 2-yard gain. 8 carries, 23 yards there for Fournette. Dove pointing out that they're trying to show the scores on the bottom of the scoreboard as they're happy. Oh, picked off there. Big interception. Bernardrick McKinney steps in front of that pass, picks off the Bortles pass, set him up there, snagged it away from him, and another turnover there by the Jags offense. And this is not a good start for Jacksonville, as they are now 0 for 5 on possessions in this game. So Houston coming out on the field, taking their time, getting their play in. Deshaun Watson's going to start off in the shotgun. Got a couple of receivers out to his right. Fakes the handoff. Lamar Miller throws a screen pass over to Fuller, who gets outside, and a nice 7-yard gain. Oh, they're going to call it 6 out to the 37-yard line. So nice pickup out of the second-year receiver out of Notre Dame. I don't like what you're seeing on the Jacksonville or Houston offense so far. It's confusing because Young Future is a Jaguars fan, and last year Woodsmall played as the Texans. So I'm still trying to get my wires right. They are getting crossed, so bear with me as I try to sort through that. 2nd and 4, under center. Weak formation. Prosh coming to the left, making a strong formation. Hands off to Foreman. Gets big hit there, as that is number 56, Dante Fowler Jr. The standout defensive end, outside linebacker, kind of been a hybrid at different points. Only 32 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks last year, but he's got tons of potential, and they're waiting for him to break out and show why he was a early pick by the Jags. 3rd and 4 shotgun here by Watson. He's going to pass, got good protection, waiting, fires over to the left, and there's the rookie inaccuracy there. Might have thrown that one a little bit early, was getting pressure, fires it wide, and there's nobody there, so Houston's going to have to punt for the 2nd time today.
That was one of the ideas, but it wasn't a very good one, was it?
No, that wasn't a good idea. It was one of the ideas, you're right, John, but if they had to do that over, they probably wouldn't do it the same way. And the punt return is taken out by Westbrook to the 15, and that's where Jacksonville is going to start off on this drive. Their 6th offensive possession of the game, and still no points so far in this one. Hope you guys are enjoying John Madden. You know, he is getting up there in age, and so he's not talking a whole lot, but he is going to chime in with some words of wisdom here and there and give his thoughts on the game. 1st and 10 here. Bortles under center. Going to turn around, fakes the handoff. He's got plenty of time. Fires off to the left on the comeback, and that grab is made by Allen Robinson. 4 of 7 now for Bortles. Robinson, believe his 3rd catch, yes, for 53 yards. So the leading receiver early on, Kevin Johnson, in on the tackle. So nice play there by Bortles. Bortles throwing 2 interceptions, and Henny's been in this game. Bortles knocked out with some bruised ribs, missed some time. Henny came in, didn't do a whole lot, but didn't turn the ball over. But Bortles has turned the ball over twice, and you got to wonder if he doesn't do something on this drive, is it going to be time to think about bringing Henny in for at least more permanently for this game. Chris Ivory in the backfield behind and off to the right and behind Bortles. You can turn around, hands it off to Ivory, goes up the middle, and he's got a 4-yard gain up to the 36-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Jacksonville just playing field position. One thing you definitely know about owner Woodsmall and his teams, he's not going to panic. He's not going to come out just throwing the ball down the field trying to get 14 points on one play. He understands he can't do that. Going to try to stick to the game plan and just chip away at it, play good defense, and try to get some points here and there when he can and get himself back in the game. As you see it there, just taking his time, trying to move down the field as best he can, and mostly play field position if nothing else. Probably limit mistakes by Bortles as well. Here's a pass by Bortles, going to fire it over to his left, and that one's almost picked off as he threw that one right to Kevin Johnson, who wasn't able to get his hands on it. Another defender tried to dive under it, didn't see exactly who that was. I think it might have been Kareem Jackson, but that one falls incomplete, and Bortles is not looking good. And this is the things that the Jacksonville fans have complained about. Bortles can have these games that are just complete head scratchers, multiple interceptions, just does things that you're not sure about, and he's doing them now, and Jacksonville's got to be concerned about what they see early on. Definitely got to be thinking about bringing Henny in for more long-term, the way this game's gone so far. 3rd and 6, Bortles in the shotgun with Yeldon off to his left. He's going to drop back to pass. Got time, and he fires it outside of the corner. Man, that's complete to Robinson. Robinson's got one man to beat. He puts a move on him, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Blake Bortles, just like that, answers back, finds Allen Robinson on the corner route, takes it all the way to the house, fakes out Pleasant, gets into the end zone, and just like that, the Jaguars have closed the gap and made it 14-7. As I said, you cannot count out Woodsmall and his Jaguars. They are going to just play smart ball and nickel and dime, chip away at it. Not going to let you run away with it, and they're not going to get too crazy there. They get the big play, and they're right back in this ball game. And there's a kickoff into the end zone by Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook's going to down it in the end zone, and Houston's going to take over at their own 25-yard line. So 3:44 to go in the second quarter. It's been a crazy game. Opening possession, Bortles throws a pick six. I believe it was the next possession. Deshaun Watson finds Braxton Miller for a touchdown. Then they trade punts. Finally, Jacksonville just answers with a touchdown on their last drive. That pass to Miller off to the left, complete as Watson sneaks it in there. And it's complete for a 7-yard gain down to the 32-yard line. 6 possessions for Jaguars before they finally scored as they get their 7 points on their 6th possession. Houston scored on their first defensive possession and first offensive possession, so good start for them. But Jaguars are still in this one, only down by 7 as we are inching closer to halftime. Second and 3, Watson the pass. He just gets that one off, and it's bobbled and not caught. C.J. Fedorowicz had it right there, perfectly placed by the rookie from Clemson, and the Iowa Hawkeye, former standout Iowa, not able to get his hands on that one. Drops it. Watson, good pocket presence there, just able to get it off as he was being pressured off the left side. Almost took the sack there, but able to get it off, but Fedorowicz not able to come down with it. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Shotgun again here for Watson. Miller in the backfield. The line is moving for Jacksonville, and they're going to hand it off to Miller. Takes it across down to the 41-yard line. First down, and a nice run there by Miller. As we talked about, Deontay Foreman gets the starting nod, but so far Miller has been the more productive back, finding the openings. That veteran savvy definitely working here, and they might have to rethink that strategy between Miller and Foreman. Foreman still a power back, can be a dangerous threat near the end zone, but Miller doing the most with his early opportunities. Under center here for Watson. Hopkins and Miller off to the left. They're going to hand it off to Foreman. Takes up the middle. Big hole there, and he is down to the 42-yard line, as now he is over 30 yards. 7 carries, 30 yards there now for the rookie out of Texas. And that's going to be another first down for the Houston Texans. Last year, the Texans offense ranked 28th in the league with Brock Osweiler and Tom Savage and maybe a few others at quarterback. Their run game was 8th, though, behind Lamar Miller. Passing game was 29th. Total offense, 29th. But definitely looking more improved with the addition of Deontay Foreman and Deshaun Watson. So we've reached the 2-minute warning here in Houston. Houston Texans lead the game 14-7 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Houston is driving at the 42 of Jacksonville. Under center for Watson. Going to turn around, hand it off to Foreman. Goes to his left. And he's able to get out to the 40 before he is wrestled down by Dante Fowler Jr., who's in there. It's his first tackle, but he's been in on some plays, making his presence known out there. Comes across the field to make the tackle there. There we see DeAndre Hopkins was a big factor early on, but haven't seen as much. Braxton Miller kind of been the focal point. We saw Will Fuller. He targeted Fedorowicz. That was one thing that Young Future told me today. He was going to go to Hopkins early on and then trying to get the Jags to pay attention to him. Had a wide open tight end. It looked like that one's complete to Fuller. Tries to cut back across the field, but he runs into a defender as Aaron Colvin's able to grab him and wrestle him down. But big pickup there by Fuller. His second grab gets the Texans down to the 23-yard line. 1:15 to go here in the first half. Time ticking down. Houston taking their time. Want to be the last possession of the half. At worst, get a field goal, go up by 10. But they're hoping to come away with a touchdown, I'm sure. So 1st and 10 here from the 23, 53 seconds to go. They turn around, hand it off to Foreman. He runs into traffic, still fighting, but finally goes down at the 21. And that's just going to let some more time tick off the clock. Texans taking their time here, not going to rush anything, still have all 3 timeouts. They are wasting a little bit of time here, but again, I think they are just trying to hold on for last possession. If they wind up with just a field goal, I think they'll be okay with it. They get the ball to start the second half, so a 10-point lead and the ball at the half is a good spot to be in. So 30 seconds to go. Time is ticking. They're going to have to start playing with a little bit of urgency now. And as Watson goes under center, he's going to turn around, fakes the handoff to Foreman. And he's going to fire it over to his left. Fedorowicz again, but Fedorowicz holds on to that one down to the 5-yard line. Nice catch by Fedorowicz as he hauls that one in. And that's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 5. The corner route there. He dropped the corner route earlier in the drive where he looked to be wide open along the sideline. Dropped that one in traffic, and he holds on to it, makes the grab. So a couple of corner routes there, and he makes the grab.
You know, it's not that hard to get a tight end open.
You wouldn't think it was that hard, but Texans having a little bit of trouble early on. There's Foreman. He tries to take it up the middle. Nowhere to go as the Jacksonville defense shuts them down, and they're going to have a 2nd and goal here from the 5 as no pickup on the play there by Foreman. All you guys in the chat are being awfully quiet. Everybody, what do you guys think of the game so far? Is Jacksonville going to be able to come back? Is Houston going to get a touchdown here? They're going to kick a field goal? Let us know what you think. Don't be afraid to chat with us. Tell us what is going on in your mind as you're watching the game. 2nd and goal, Watson under center. Foreman in the backfield. 1 timeout left here for Houston. 14 seconds to go here in the half. Turn around, they pitch it outside. Foreman tries to cut it back inside, and that Jacksonville defense is having none of that. And they're going to take their final timeout, actually a loss of 1. So 3rd and goal from the 6. The drive started at the 5. And what is Houston going to do here? They could just kick the field goal and be safe, but looks like they're going to line up and try to go for it. If you take a sack, you screw yourself out of 3 points, but they're going to take a shot at the end zone here. Watson, plenty of time, fires to the back of the end zone, and that one is caught. DeAndre Hopkins taps the toes in the... No, he doesn't. They said he did not get in. I thought he got his toes down in the back of the end zone, but the points do not go up on the scoreboard, and Houston is going to have to settle for the field goal as that one is put through by Fairbarn. He knocks it through with only 3 seconds left, so nice kick there, and you know, kind of unfortunate. Thought Hopkins got his feet down. They don't even review it. You know, you figure they try to challenge it, booth review something, nothing happens. And only 3 points there for Houston, but they do have a 10-point lead. Westbrook's going to take this one out, and he tries to go to the right, nowhere to go, as he runs into the defender Corey Moore, and that's going to bring us to halftime here in Houston. 17-7, the Texans are leading, and they are going to get the ball back here to start the second half. Jason Myers is going to kick it deep to D.D. Westbrook. And Westbrook says, I'm just going to go ahead and wave my hand. Don't even want to tempt myself. Oh, I'm sorry. Ellington was back there, actually. Ellington back there. Westbrook, number 12 for the Jaguars. I'm getting me so confused. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this. Apologize for that. But Ellington back there waves his hand, doesn't want to run it out. And Houston's going to take over at their own 25-yard line to start the second half here. Ellington walk around ball, doesn't want to let it go. So 1st and 10, Watson under center. Got 2 tight ends and Fuller out to the right. Miller in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff to Miller. They're going to fire deep down the middle. Will Fuller on the post route, and he catches it. They went after Bouye again, and that time the second-year guy out of Notre Dame beats the former Texan for the first down to the Jacksonville Jaguar 41-yard line. Vision says in the chat that Texans are going for the throw, and definitely think they are. They're trying to put him away. Handoff there by Lamar Miller. He gets crushed by 2 Jaguars as Dante Fowler Jr. and Telvin Smith combine on the massive hit. But the veteran able to hold on to the ball, just takes the 2-yard loss. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. He did get picked up and almost WWE'd into the turf. 2nd and 12 here from the 43-yard line. Foreman back in the backfield again. And they're handing off. Foreman goes out to the right. Got room to run across the first down marker down to the 30-yard line. So nice run there by Deontay Foreman. 12 carries for 45 yards. Now for the rookie out of Texas. So he's starting to pick up steam. Lamar Miller had the better carries early on. Foreman starting to pick up steam now. Run downhill. And comes through with a couple of nice first down runs in the last couple of drives. So they'll bring up a 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville 30-yard line, in scoring position yet again for the Texans offense. Foreman definitely getting better as the game goes on. Like I said, Future said that is his secret weapon. He was going to unveil on him. Most people expected Miller going with Foreman a lot, and so far he's looking pretty good there. He fakes the handoff to Miller, goes over the middle. Fedorowicz catches it. The defender got turned around. Gibson got turned around. Looked like he was there and in position, but it gets turned around. Fedorowicz comes down with the grab, and that's going to be another first down to the 11-yard line. Fedorowicz 2 grabs for 34 yards in the game. He did have that one drop also that we talked about earlier. Watson is throwing into some tight windows, but he fits that one in there, and they get the first down. 1st and 10 from the 11, and Foreman gets it, takes it outside. He's got room. Can he get in? Into the end zone. Deontay Foreman with his first rushing touchdown of his career. Takes the nice stretch play outside and takes it all the way in. 11-yard run, and the Texans are going to go up 24-7 here on their division rival Jaguars. Foreman not really known as a speed back. That's one of the things that the Texans coaching staff raved about, was he has sneaky speed. He is able to get outside a little bit, not just be the bulldozer over the middle, and that's why they liked him, and that's why he's getting the majority of the carries. Here's kickoff return by Lee, who gets out to the 19, but that's all he's able to do. And another 6-yard loss, net loss by Jacksonville trying to run that out. They need to just go ahead and down those in the end zone, get those extra 6 yards, because the way their offense is going, they're going to need them. Big drive here coming up for the Jaguars, first one of the second half. They're down by 17. Bortles has not looked great, although he did connect with Allen Robinson on that one touchdown pass, so we'll see how it goes. Bortles still under center for him. Well, not under center, he's in the shotgun, but he's in at quarterback. Fournette's in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Bortles got great protection all day to look downfield. Oh, and he just stopped. I don't know what happened. Marquise Lee was wide open. Looked like he was going to be able to be gone for a touchdown, and I don't know if he got grabbed. I couldn't tell, but he just stopped. And what looked like at least a big gain, if not a touchdown, goes as an incompletion. And if you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, you're sitting at home with your hands over your head. You can't believe what is going on right now. 2nd and 10. Bortles going to try to shake it off. He turns around, hands it off to Fournette, who cuts up the middle, runs into some traffic, and finally wrestled down. As that is Eddie Pleasant who makes the tackle after a 5-yard gain. So that's going to bring up a more manageable 3rd and 5 for the Jaguars. Wow, I still can't get over that pass there. Robinson looked open, had his man beat by it looked like a yard, if not more, and all of a sudden he slows down. Maybe he got injured. Don't know what happened, but definitely a bad break there for the Jaguars. So they got to shake it off. Things like that happen in the game of football, and you got to keep moving on. So 3rd and 5. As Bortles going to come out in the shotgun, got trips to his left. TJ Yeldon in the backfield. Good protection again for Jacksonville. Finally, Watt breaks free, but Bortles able to get it off. He completes it to Lee, who's out across the 40 down to the 43-yard line. So nice completion there. Bortles sensing the pressure. J.J. Watt shedded his man and was closing in for the sack, but Bortles gets rid of it, finds Lee, and they pick up the first down to the 43. 8:22 to go here in the third quarter. 24-7. The Texans lead the Jaguars. So Bortles under center now with Fournette in the backfield. Mercedes Lewis moving to the right in motion. They're going to hand that off to Fournette, who runs into a wall of humanity as the Texans were right there to shut that down. And Christian Covington in on the tackle, along with some other traffic there in the area. So Fournette, unlike his counterpart Foreman, not able to get a whole lot going in the run game. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Bortles going to go under center, nickel, double A-gap look here for the Texans. Bortles drops back, nice pickup there, but he fires too early and it's incomplete. Robinson, the intended receiver, but that one falls incomplete. Fournette able to pick up the blitz coming off the left, gave him time, but Bortles not able to set his feet, got a little antsy with it, threw it too early, and nobody was home. So yet another 3rd down here for Jacksonville, as the Texans defense is making it difficult on this Jacksonville offense. Yeldon in the backfield. Bortles going to drop back to pass, getting good pressure, but he rolls right into the pressure as Whitney Merciless was out there on the outside. He had a clean pocket but drifted to his left and made contact with Merciless, threw the pass off, and Jacksonville's going to punt for, I believe, the 4th time in the game, as Nortman not too injured as he's back out there to punt for this one. That one's going deep. Ellington back to receive it. He should let this go, but he's going to catch it at the 5. Takes it up the middle, up to close to the 20-yard line. They're going to call it down at the 19. So Ellington wasn't sure what he wanted to do. Wound up grabbing it and then trying to take off with it. Looked a little panicked, but it gets a 14-yard return out of it, and it doesn't wind up hurting them too bad. So that's where Texans will take over at the 19. 7:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Texans up 24-7. Deshaun Watson back out under center, directing his offense. 2 tight ends set with the rookie Foreman in the backfield. Foreman gets the handoff, breaks tackle, but cannot break 2, as Miles Jack, the former UCLA Bruin, in there to make the tackle. 3-yard pickup there by the rookie. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here for Houston. You got to think, are they going to start running the ball a little bit more? They've been mixing it up with run and pass quite a bit, but now with a 17-point lead, you're in the 2nd half, do they start running more? I was going to say I expect them to pass here based on their play calling history. They run 1, pass 1, but you might see them actually start running the ball a little bit more. So we'll see what they do. Stacked box, 8 guys in the box for Jacksonville. Jacksonville kind of thinking the same thing, and they're wanting to shut down the run if they do indeed go for it. They do run it, and Foreman tries to go outside, bouncing around in the backfield, not able to go anywhere, and he is taken down. Short gain there on the play. Calais Campbell in on the tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. So they did go ahead and run it again. Looked like they might have checked into that run, which is weird because it was an 8-man box. If you come out in a pass, it's odd to check into a run against an 8-man box, but it looks like they did there and did not work out for him. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for Deshaun Watson and his teammates. So 3rd and 5, Watson can drop back, throws a screen pass out to the right. Lamar Miller grabs, got room, got good blocking out there, gets across the 1st down marker, across the 30, out to the 32-yard line. So nice play there as the screen pass works to the veteran Lamar Miller. He's got 2 grabs for 27 yards, and Houston is moving the ball once again. John, you've been kind of quiet. Guys have been a little bit, critical of your commentary over the years. So they were kind of tired of you. They didn't want to hear you anymore. What do you think about that?
If I say something and you don't want to listen, don't listen.
Well, if there's really not much more you can say about that, I definitely agree with you there, John. 1st and 10 here for Watson. He fires it over the middle, caught. Jumping grab there by DeAndre Hopkins, who has been quiet since that 1st quarter. Comes up with the grab there and a 4-yard pickup. Like I said, Young Future said that he wanted to go to Hopkins early, trying to get the Jacksonville defense to focus on him, then get away from him a little bit. Now it looks like they're trying to go back to him a little bit. if you want to be an effective coach in this league or any league, you got to keep your opponent on his toes. You got to know when to shift gears. Kind of like poker. Anybody out there that's ever played poker, they always talk about shifting gears. You know, sometimes you play fast, sometimes you slow it down. You know, sometimes you're aggressive, sometimes you're passive. You gotta change gears, and Texans are doing a good job of doing that so far. Hand off to Miller, goes up the middle, and runs into the shoulder. There, big shoulder there by Miles Jack, who puts him down in a short gain, and that's going to bring it to 3rd and 5. So just over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Watson's going to lead his team back out there on this 3rd and 5. And he gets a decent puck. He rolls out to his right, rolls right into the sack. That's Dante Fowler Jr. We talked about him earlier. He had a little bit of a slow year last year, only 4 sacks, but he gets his first of the year there, and he ends this Texans drive at the 27. And Leckler is going to have to come out there and punt this one away. This one is punted deep, and there is D.D. Westbrook, who we're confusing with Ellington. He takes it around to the right, tries to spin in place, and almost gets the ball ripped away, as that was Brennan Scarlett, trying to rip that one out of his hands, trying to punish him for making that spin in place, almost like he was showing off, and didn't really benefit him. Almost lost the ball, but the rookie able to hold on to the ball there, and Jacksonville is going to retain possession. Take over at their own 35-yard line with 3:15 to go here in the third. So Bortles still in there at quarterback outside of the one big play. Hasn't done a whole lot. Turned the ball over a couple times. But they're going to continue to stick with him. Fakes the handoff there. Got plenty of time in the pocket. Rolls to his left. Going to fire it deep. He's got a receiver. And he makes the grab down at the 15, 20-yard line. As the grab is made. It's hard to see on this extended view back there. I think it might have been Allen Hurns. I couldn't tell. It was Allen Hurns with his third grab. Looked like 80 from here, but they don't have an 80 on the roster. It was Allen Hurns. Comes down with the play. Great protection by the Jacksonville line. Gave Bortles plenty of time there. Waited for Hurns to get a step, Hurns to get a step on his man. Fires it downfield. Big pickup down to the 20. And Jacksonville is in business here from the Houston 20. 3:06 to go here in the third. Bortles is going to drop back. Fires over to his right. Got the open receiver. As that is Allen Robinson there for his 4th grab of the game. 5th reception, sorry. 5 grabs, 122 yards for Allen Robinson in this one. So he is taking over again as the leading receiver. Again, he had 73 grabs, 883, and 6 touchdowns last year. All led the team, and he is leading the team again in the first game of the season this year. 2nd and 5 coming up for Bortles and company. Bortles definitely looks to settle down. We said that these Wood Small coach teams usually find their range the longer the game goes, and it looks like they've done that. There's the counter. Goes to Fournette. Tries to get outside and break a tackle, but not able to do it. J.J. Watt in on tackle. Oh, big loss there as the tackle Robinson goes down. Cam Robinson, the rookie out of Alabama, goes down to an injury, and he was key on that big pass play set up before and wound up getting injured on the play. We'll have to see what happened to him, but he is down. If it showed, I didn't think it showed what the injury was, but if it did, let me know in the chat as I missed it. There's a screen pass, another floater out there to the right, but open as Robinson's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Jaguars have answered back. 6th grab of the game for Allen Robinson, and he gets the touchdown, and Jacksonville answers on a great drive there by Blake Bortles, and they're going to pull within 10 here with 2:09 to go in the third quarter. Upper arm fracture for Cam Robinson, the rookie out of Alabama. That is a big, big loss for the Jacksonville offense. That was going to be their anchor at left tackle, somebody that they can build around. And now it looks like he's going to be gone for probably 6 to 8 weeks at least. We'll have to see how that impacts the Jaguars, not only in this game, but also in the next few weeks of the season. So the kickoff is down for a touchback there by Ellington, and Houston's going to come out at their own 25-yard line as Deshaun Watson leads them back out onto the field. I formation, Hopkins and Fuller out there fakes the handoff, throws over the middle. Fedorowicz makes the grab out across the 50, down to the 48-yard line. Nice pickup there as they attack the two high safeties with the tight end. And the first down across the 50. 3 catches for 61 yards for Fedorowicz so far. That's got to be bittersweet for Woodsmall, who is a huge Iowa Hawkeye fan, big fan of C.J. Fedorowicz, and Fedorowicz definitely doing his part to put the dagger in the heart of one of his biggest fans. 1st and 10 here from the 48, 1:33 to go. Turns around, hands it off. Lamar Miller got room on the outside. Tries to cut it back inside, but nowhere to go. And he is wrestled down there by Barry Church. Haven't heard his name much, but the free agent signing from the Dallas Cowboys comes in and makes the tackle and stops him after just a 2-yard gain. So Watson from the shotgun with Miller in the backfield. Going to drop back pass, fires it out to the left. Trying to find Hopkins, but nothing doing. Watson now 12 of 20 for 198 yards and a touchdown in his rookie game of his NFL career. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for Houston. Time ticking down, almost entering the 4th quarter. We talked about it earlier. Is there a point where Houston starts running the ball, 2-3 times a drive just to start wearing off some of this clock and protect this lead? But they're kind of sticking with their run-pass pattern, and you got to expect they're probably going to go for it here on 3rd and 8, although I think it's a decent time to try to drop a run on them. They're going to pass it, and a little bit of time there, winds up throwing out to the left and hits Hopkins on a corner route. And that one is complete down to the 25-yard line, so a 1st down there by the Houston Texans, and they're going to get down to the 25. So 1st and 10 there as we're going to get close to the end of the 3rd quarter. Looks like we got one more play in us before we reach the final frame. WKXT saying go back to Foreman down here. I would probably agree with that. Miller in the backfield right now. Audible call by the Jacksonville defense. Watson's gonna throw, and he gets hit hard as Calais Campbell comes off the edge and hits him as he was trying to find a receiver over the middle. And so that's not going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. That stops the clock and no yards on the play. Also, you're risking turning the ball over. I mean, at this point, you're already up by 10. You would definitely like to get a touchdown, go up by 17, but 13 is, decent. It is only 2 touchdowns, but definitely got to get points one way or another. Here's Foreman, as we talked about, as they hand it off, and that is going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books here from Houston as the Texans lead the Jaguars 24-14, 10-point lead, but they are threatening as they are at the Jacksonville 23-yard line, 3rd down and 8, as Deshaun Watson and company is going to try to get something done here. This is one of those plays. If 3rd down and 8 is a little bit longer than you really want to run on a 3rd down, but, field goal is not the worst thing in the world here, and maybe to throw them off, wouldn't be the worst play either. Got Miller in the backfield, shotgun. He's going to pass. Watson got plenty of time, throws it deep into the end zone, and that one is caught! DeAndre Hopkins beats his man. That's Bouye. They said they were going to attack him, and they do. And the veteran out of Clemson makes the grab for the touchdown, and Houston goes up 30-14 here to start the 4th quarter. And what has just become a magnificent offensive and defensive performance for these Texans. The extra point is good, and that's going to make it a 17-point lead, 11:56 to go in the game. You have to be mighty impressed by Deshaun Watson, who finds the former Clemson Tiger DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone. Watson looking really, really good in his first game of his career. He was my pick for Rookie of the Year in the AFC, and he's not proving me wrong there. There's a nice little return there by Westbrook. Tries to put a spin on, get back inside, but still not able to get out to 25. And Jacksonville keeps shooting themselves in the foot with poor field position by running these kicks back. That throw there to Hopkins was a throw that not a lot of people make. He had a step on his guy, but a lot of guys worry that they're going to underthrow it or something like that, and they won't try to complete that. Watson, not worried at all. He leads them perfectly, knows that his receiver can go up and get it if he needs to, hits him perfectly for the touchdown, and just a great display by the Houston offense so far in this one. There's a run by Fournette, who makes some guys move, and he gets out to almost the 30-yard line. They're going to call him down at the 29-yard line, so a 5-yard gain for the rookie, but nice run there. That might be his most impressive run. It's not his longest run, but he made several guys miss on there, showing some agility along with the power and downhill running that we mostly know him for. So 2nd and 5 here for Jacksonville. Bortles going to turn around, hands it off up the middle, but nowhere really to go there as Ivory is taken down at the 30. A 2-yard pickup is going to bring up a short 3rd down. Another injury, I believe, on the field. We'll have to wait and see what that winds up being. J.J. Watt coming off the field there. Might have been him who was injured. That would definitely be a crushing blow if Watt winds up injured again this season. If he does, let's hope that it's nothing long term, because we would like to see what these Texans are capable of with a healthy team, or at least mostly healthy, all their stars intact throughout most of the year. We'll see how it goes. Bortles still in at quarterback, 3rd and 3 here with Fournette offset to the right. Bortles going to pass, fires it quickly over to the right, and that one is complete to the rookie Westbrook, who makes his first grab of his NFL career down to the 47-yard line. So nice 17-yard pickup there, Bortles to Westbrook. And there's a 1st down for Jacksonville. They're going to have to pick up the pace a little bit. They're down by 17. They need 3 scores, so they can't waste a whole lot of time moving the ball down the field. They're going to have to pick up big chunks of yardage. Going to need some big plays if they want to get back in this one. So 1st and 10 here for Bortles. You got stacked receivers out to the right. Turns around, hands it off to Fournette. Spins out of one tackle. He's going. He's staying on his feet down across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Leonard Fournette picking up steam here in the 4th quarter, although it's time that's being lost maybe on these runs as they're a little bit slower developed in pass routes and don't have necessarily the same ability to pick up big plays, although it looked like he only had one guy to beat, and that could have been a long 50-yard touchdown run, but not able to do it for Fournette. Still a nice run as we reach 10 minutes left in this one. 17-point lead here by Houston, and Jacksonville is on the move. That snaps a little bit off. Bortles does a nice job of handling it, but then he throws it wild as I believe he was trying to target Hearns. Actually, Hearns is the one that was out as he's got a dislocated thumb. Again, did not see how long he was out. A dislocated thumb, you got to think, is not a long-term injury, although as a wide receiver it's got to be hard to catch the ball, so we'll see how long that's going to keep him out. Westbrook and Marquise Lee and Allen Robinson will definitely have to step up in his absence. 2nd and 10 here for the Jaguars as Yeldon is in the backfield now, offset to the left of Bortles. So he's going to turn around, tosses it on a shotgun toss, play you don't see very often, and there's a flag on the play. Mercedes Lewis gets called for holding, so not only does the play not go very far, but they also get holding. Not a lot of penalties in this game, relatively low penalties, so both teams playing fairly disciplined in that area, but they get one there, and that's going to make Jacksonville all the way back to the 48, basically erases that completion of D.D. Westbrook, so it's going to be 2nd and 20 from the 48. So 2nd 20 here for Bortles. He's got Ivory in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split out to either side. He's got good protection. He's dropping back. Looks, he's going to fire it deep downfield. Can he get there? There's a penalty in the end zone. And defensive pass interference. Marcus Gilchrist gets called with the flag. But they're going to give him the touchdown. He did come down with the pass. There was a lot going on. Saw the flag, saw the contact, but the catch is made in the end zone. Touchdown for the Jaguars, and they answer back with the big play there, and now they're only down by 10. So Jacksonville not going away. They ran the ball a little bit with Fournette. You're like, are they taking a little bit too much time? maybe lull that defense into a false sense of security, and then they attack them deep, get the big touchdown there from Bortles, and now they're down by 10 with 9:34 to left in this game. WKXT saying that Houston looks the part of the division leader. I did pick them to win the division. I thought Jacksonville would be close. I think Jacksonville's going to be close all year. They're still not out of this game yet. One turnover and a quick score, and this is a completely different game. So do not rule them out. Jacksonville actually outgaining the Texans 332 to 318 so far in this game, which is kind of a surprise. Deontay Foreman in the backfield, 2 tight ends set here for the Texans. They turn around, hand it off to Foreman. Got nowhere to go as Calais Campbell's going to shed his block and get out there and make the tackle for a loss, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. As we mentioned, Bortles definitely looking a little bit better as this game's gone along. Threw 2 interceptions early, but got 2 touchdown passes now, and he's got his team in striking distance. There's a pass off the left. DeAndre Hopkins dives and makes the grab there, makes the catch. They're attacking Bouye again, and Bouye is kind of scratching his head now, saying, I don't know if it was a good idea for me to play against these guys as they are attacking me early and often. And he's came up with some good plays early on in this one, but he is getting beaten like a dirty rug right now. WKXT calling for a turnover in the chat. 3rd and 4, 31-yard line. Watson, empty backfield under shotgun. He's got time. He steps into this one, fires over the middle. Will Fuller makes the grab, and he's down to the 42-yard line. Nice catch there by the guy out of Notre Dame. The 2nd-year receiver out of Notre Dame. I feel like I said that a few times. Hate going to the same key lines, but, you know, he's kind of roll with it a little bit. First game of the year, we're working out all the kinks. You see the white braids there by Fuller. He makes the nice grab, and that's a 1st down. 42-yard line, so other side of the field again. Nice distribution of running past 25-25. Got to think a run's coming now, as Houston has been somewhat predictable in the run pass. Here's the handoff to Miller, who gets across the 40 down to the 39-yard line, 3-yard run, and that's exactly his average for the game. 9 carries, 27 yards for the veteran running back. Watson is definitely making big throws. He's looking the part of a veteran. Does not look like a rookie in this one. Coming out, making all the throws. 2nd and 7 here with just over 7 minutes to go. Turns around, hand off to Foreman. Foreman gets hit in the backfield, fights off 1 tackle, but nowhere to go. As good pressure there. Fights off Dante Fowler Jr. But 2 more Jaguars there. They wrestle him down for a loss, and that's going to put him at the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 8 with just under 7 minutes to go here in this game. Houston trying to tick down the clock, trying to get at least a field goal out of this one to go up by 13, but more importantly, they just want to take as much time off the clock as possible. But here, you know, this brings up the question again, is it run pass again? Or are they going to try to fool the defense and run one up the middle? Shotgun here for Watson. Miller out to his left. He's going to drop back the pass, fires it over the middle. That was almost picked off! And we just talked about it. That's what can happen. You know, the old saying, when you pass the ball, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them were bad. 1 bad one almost happened there, and Houston was lucky to come away without the interception. So the rookie Watson makes one of his few mistakes of the game, and Leckler's going to have to come on the punt. But they are going to be able to shift field position a little bit and see if they can pin him inside the 10. That one actually not a good punt there by Leckler. He just punted it straight down the middle. Wasn't even trying to go for the sideline. You know, the coffin corner punt. Didn't even try to do that there, which is kind of odd, but Jacksonville, is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. 6:27 to go in this one, down by 10. They need a quick scoring drive here, and then to get a stop and get the ball back for one more drive late in the game. We'll see if they're able to do it. Bortles under center. Mercedes Lewis off to the right. Fournette in the backfield. Bortles going to pass, throws it off to the right to Fournette, who goes up to the right, and he holds on. There's a big hit there as Brennett Scarlett again in there. The little-known linebacker comes in, makes the play there. Been mostly a special teamer, and he's out there on that play and is able to make the tackle. I thought he might have knocked that ball loose. Houston takes over the advantage now in Total offense 354 to 337. That handoff, that's going to go to Fournette, who is taken down. So Jacksonville kind of going back and forth with run pass also, but they need to pass. They need to get this ball down the field quickly. They don't have time to be running a whole lot here as time is ticking down in this first game of the season. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. We plan on trying to be here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Hopefully, you might have to adjust the times a little bit. Could be anywhere between 7 and 9, but definitely trying to do a weekly play-by-play on Tuesday night. So be sure to set your calendars, follow the channel so you can get all of the updates. 3rd and 6 here. Bortles drops back pass, getting pressure off to his left. Does not see him coming. He gets sacked in the backfield. Merciless comes through, breaks through, beats his man, gets the sack, his first of the game, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 15. That is about the worst thing that you can have happen. Bortles did not see that. It came off of his blind side, and that's where Cam Robinson normally would be. And you got to ask yourself if that injury will end up costing him that sack there. So it looks like Tennessee is going to come out. Jacksonville, go through every team in the division except for the one that's playing. Jacksonville's going to come out and punt Nortman. That's going to send this one deep to Ellington, and the Jacksonville defense definitely going to have to stand up quick here. Ellington tries to go outside, but nowhere to go as he is run down by Jalen Myrick, the rookie. And Houston's going to start over at their own 42-yard line. 4 minutes, 31 seconds to go in this one. Houston leading by 10. All they need a couple of first downs, and they can put this one away. This Jacksonville defense going to have to stand on its head here. Turns around, hands it out to Deontay Foreman, and nowhere to go as Calais Campbell is stepping up in the 4th quarter and making his presence felt. Gets the tackle for loss there, and that's going to be 2nd and 11. It's good play, and they definitely need tackles for loss if they can, but what they really need is a turnover. They can't afford really to let another minute and a half, 2 minutes tick off this clock and then get the ball back deep in their own end. Their defense needs to make a play, and they need to make it quick. There's another pass as they fake the handoff. Watson's got time. He fires it over the right. Fuller, he's open. He makes the catch down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now we say run pass, but it catches Jacksonville by surprise, and another great pass by the rookie finds Fuller on the crossing route, and that's going to all but put the dagger in the chest of the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. Foreman in the backfield, 3:18 to play. Watson checks, they're going to hand off. There's Foreman, runs right into the defense. Fowler Jr. there to wrestle him down. Another tackle for loss, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 12. But you got to think, Jacksonville's got to think about using timeouts here. You know, they got to hope that they can get a stop here, and they need as much time as possible. They're down by 2 scores. They're not down by 1 score. They can't let a lot of this time tick off the clock. Right now they're content to, let them kind of run down the clock and preserve their timeouts for later, but this is definitely getting to be crunch time. 2 tight ends out to the left for Watson and Lamar Miller in the backfield. Hopkins comes in motion. They're going to toss it out to Miller. Good block outside. A couple of guys fall over. Miller's got room to run down the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Great run, great blocking by the Texans on that toss play. And that's a big run there by Houston. As now they have a 1st and goal from the 4. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this one. They're already leading by 10. At worst, they're going to be able to take a little bit of time off this clock and get a field goal and go up by 13 with about 2 minutes to go. And there's a run up the middle. Fournette gets stopped at the goal line, but powers through. And the rookie from LSU gets the touchdown. And that is the final nail in the Jaguars' coffin. They say it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I'm sorry, Jacksonville, she's singing. You can put this one in the books. Houston goes up 38-21, 17-point lead. In theory, there's time for a miraculous finish, but I'm just not going to say it's going to happen. The Houston defense has been too good all game, and we'll see what happens. Westbrook finally throws his hands up and calls for the fair catch, doesn't run this one out, and they're going to get it at 25. Actually, at that point, you're down and you're hopeless at this point. If you lose 5 or 6 yards now, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. I would have liked to see them take some touchbacks early in the game, but now we got the speedy rookie out there. See if he can break one, but they choose to just throw the hands up in the air and wave them like they just don't care, and they take the touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Bortles. We'll see if he's got any last-minute magic in him. He's going to drop back, fires this one over the middle. That one's almost broke or intercepted as Jadeveon Clowney back there covering the seam route, and he gets his big mitt in there and knocks that one down. That's got to be kind of defeating as a defensive and outside linebacker, edge rusher is back there in coverage and knocking passes away. That's just yet another thing that Jacksonville's just looking at saying, man, what else can Houston do right that we're not? And wow, just lots of athletes all over the field for the Texans, and they are definitely looking good and proven to be the favorites in this division early on. 2nd and 10 here for Bortles. He's going to make a check at the line. Receivers motion a little bit into a different position. 2:28 to go. Bortles got plenty of time to pass this. Checks it down to Westbrook, who spins out to the 40 and gets the first down. They're going to have to hurry up here. They're going to go no huddle. They're going to stay in this split set. Got the 2 stacked receivers out to the left. One receiver to the right. Chris Ivory in the backfield. And Watt comes through, tries to get in there. That one is almost picked off as Kevin Johnson again is able to get himself in position for interception. Not able to come down with that one. That one's batted away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, one more play left until the 2-minute warning, and this one, you know, in theory, mathematically, there's hope for the Jaguars, but the fans are already filtering out of the stadium. Bortles is trying to get something on the board here. He throws the Westbrook there, who makes the grab, and he's down at the 49-yard line with 2 minutes to go, and that's 3rd and 1 now coming up for Jacksonville. Shout out to all the guys in the chat. Pack, Woodsmall, Clutch, Dove, Gone Fishing, Faye, Gwent. We haven't seen her around, but appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Georgia fan, Kevin M, thanks for stopping back in. Lost Sniper, Visions, WKXT, Wolf Mode, and Young Future all listening in on the game. We appreciate you tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And there's a first down there for Jacksonville as they get out to the 45, 156 to go in the game. And I think right now they're just going for one last touchdown in this game just for a little bit of, boost of morale, knowing that they can move the ball a little bit. They don't want to completely get crushed by their division rival. There's a handoff to Fournette. There's nowhere to go. Oh, and he gets upended as Marcus Gilchrist comes through and knocks him on his butt. They're going to hurry back up to the line. 2nd and 8, 1:40 to go. Bortles in the shotgun's going to drop back to pass yet again. Got good pressure or good protection. Fires it over the middle. That one's caught by Westbrook down to the 20-yard line. So they're moving the ball a little bit, but they're not going to go with the hurry up there. They're letting more valuable time tick off. Kind of an interesting way of managing the clock late in the game here for Jacksonville. You know, they had an opportunity to save some time on the last Texans drive. They chose not to. Then they wind up giving up the touchdown, and now they have less time, and they're kind of taking their time. Kind of look like they're trying to score. Kind of look like they're just running some plays, getting some practice, and don't really know what to do. Westbrook there, nowhere to go. Just confusing here. End of the game.
I got to get out of here.
And John says he's done. He's not liking what he's seeing either, so he's going to head to the exit. There's a completion. No, it's dropped. That looked like a completion over the middle of the Marquise Lee, but he drops it. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. 55 seconds to go in this one before the Texans can officially raise their hands in the air as winners of Week 1 over their division rivals. They will be tied with both of their division rivals, the Tennessee Titans and Indianapolis Colts, at 1-0 in the division. Jacksonville will fall to 1-0 and be in last place all by themselves after 1 week of action. Bortles in the shotgun once again. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. He's going to drop back pass, gets pressured, he's dropped, and it forces a fumble. Cunningham's going to pick it up. He's going, he's got nobody in front of him. To the 20, the 10, Zach Cunningham is going to go ahead and rub in a little bit of salt into the wounds, add insult to injury. Jadeveon Clowney comes free, gets the sack, knocks the ball loose. Zach Cunningham picks it up, runs it all the way back for the touchdown. And it looked like Jacksonville was just trying to get something to go, just to take a little bit of the shine off of this win for Houston. But Houston says, we're not going to let you do that. Jadeveon Clowney comes up big. Very heady play there by Zach Cunningham. They run it all the way back. And that is definitely going to do it. I'm glad John already left the booth. He wanted to get out of here. I think he knew something like that was coming. So he gone, and Jacksonville, they gone too. They're going to come back out on the field, but they need to just take a knee, stop the bleeding, get out of this one without any injuries or anything like that, and go back and lick their wounds and come back with a better game plan next week. Bortles in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Fournette. Goes on the counter, and he's just merciless is there. McKinney's there. I mean, it's sharks, and it's sharks swimming in water. They smell blood. They're everywhere. Right now, Jacksonville just can't get a positive play. I mean, they had a couple on the last drive, but they really needed something big, and they were trying to nickel and dime it too much. And right now, this Texans defense is not going to let them do it. So very impressive display here by the Texans. Finally, Jacksonville is going to go ahead and kneel it. Definitely got to tip your cap to Young Future and his Texans team. They do look like the favorite in that division, but there's lots of very competitive games coming up along the way in this division and in the AFC. So it will be an interesting season to watch. The final score, once again in this one, 44-17. The Texans, or 45-21. I don't even know what I'm doing. I need to get some water. I need to get something. Things are thrown off. I feel like John Madden. When Frank Caliendo does John Madden things. Blah, 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 blah. That's kind of how I felt today. Maybe it's because I had John in the booth. I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed with the legend sitting beside me. Got to me first week. Hopefully it was okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as we see the highlights on the field. Great game overall. Great game by the Texans. Got to tip your cap to them. They did all the right things. Jacksonville's got something to think about at quarterback. Bortles showed some flashes, both good and bad. But, Fournette not able to do a whole lot. Did have a little period where he's doing pretty good. Texans, 400 yards offense, over 300 passing by Deshaun Watson. Very, very impressive. 300 yards total by Jacksonville, but they definitely got to take a look at everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. That is it as we sign off from NRG Stadium. I think I called it Reliant earlier. Just everything just kind of off week one. But we'll get it back together next week, week 2, for play-by-play action here at PX1 Sports. Again, I'm your host, Mike Peters. We hope you enjoyed it. We will see you guys next time.